Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing good. Today we've got a bunch of different transfer news topics to go through, so let's just get started so that we can get through them. Starting off with, and these are contracts being extended by the club. As you can see here, contract extension for Thomas Tuchel. These are all official club statements. You've probably seen them on social media. Thomas Tuchel staying for another 2 years. I believe it was agreed in his contract if he won the Champions League this year that he would get a 2-year extension. So they've gone and activated that. Thiago Silva has extended his contract for another year to stay with us, also good news. And Giroud has extended his contract with Chelsea, although that one is a little bit different to the others, but that's the case. And then Caballero is set to leave Chelsea, so our third choice goalkeeper is going to be leaving at the end of the month when his contract expires. So, you know, it was nice to have him at the club. Didn't have any major real moments for Chelsea, but good to have him. I wish him all the best in the future, whatever he goes on to do, whether it's coaching or playing still. And yeah, all good news. But on the Giroud topic, there is a quote within this article. Agents confirm that Chelsea have made a transfer promise to Star despite official decision. And you can see down here, Chelsea have exercised a unilateral option, but in case of offers, they will leave him free. Basically saying that we're fine to let him leave if an offer comes in, and it seems to be that if it's a foreign club he looks to go, that's what the reports are saying, then we'll let him go, but it's just a decision between him and the club for mutual benefit in that we get a bit of cash for Giroud if he goes elsewhere, and he of course still gets his move if there is a good club that comes for him. If not, and then we'll keep him at the club, I imagine, and he'll play a part role next season, and I'm fine with that because Giroud's a good striker, a good option to have off the bench. So that one, it is what it is. The next one, still on the topic of strikers when it comes to Chelsea. As you can see here, Chelsea wants to reunite Arsenal star with Tuchel, and as you can see, it is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now, I would probably take him at Chelsea. He's not had his best year by any means. Of course, Arsenal have had a very poor season. He played with Tuchel at Dortmund before he left for Arsenal. The report says that the Blues wanted to sign him last summer but considered that he was too old. It then adds that Tuchel can make a case for signing him by pointing out his goal record under his management, which was impressive. And he's basically just a target for Chelsea. You know, it's not anything major. It's not that we've submitted a bid, that we're really planning on setting up a good package for him and for Arsenal. It is just a case that we're impressed with his goal scoring ability and they're looking to reunite with Thomas Tuchel. Probably coming from the news that of Lukaku coming out and saying that he's staying at Inter. That could be its own video in that, does he mean it, or is this him trying to get a good fee for the club? You never know. But I do think Lukaku probably is going to stay now. We've got to look at different options. It does sound like, from what I'm hearing, Haaland is still a priority target and we are going to go for him. But it's going to be incredibly difficult and incredibly expensive. So maybe if we go for another good striker that is, aging like Aubameyang, wouldn't be the worst deal to see us over until next season when we try again for Haaland, or find someone else on the market. Moving on to another transfer topic, the Chelsea announcement of Giroud staying to put Leicester City on red alert amid transfer links, and that is, of course, as you can see pictured, to do with Tammy Abraham. They were interested in signing him, and the fact that we have gone on and kept Giroud at the club, this article says it could mean that the Blues could be more willing to listen to offers for the academy graduate as they look to raise funds to move for a marquee striker. It's reported that Chelsea are looking for a fee in the region of £40 million for the striker, and that sort of fee, I guess I'd let Tammy go. I do think he'll go on to do pretty good things. Is he going to be the best striker in the world at some point? Probably not. But I do think he'll be a good level striker, and one that, if he was contending to play across a 50-odd game season, playing 20 or so of those games, he probably wouldn't be happy with that. But, if he can get those goal tallies up, then he could become our first team striker. And he ends the season off, even going through that large spell without playing, joint top goal scorer in all competitions with Timo Werner on 12. So, you guys know my stance. I don't think we should be getting rid of Tammy, but Leicester are now sniffing, given that we've kept Giroud on. We're looking to make a striker signing. We've got Timo Werner and Kai Havertz who can play there as well. There's no room for Tammy in this team anymore, which is unfortunate. Then coming on to reports of us signing a midfielder. And this one I would kind of like to see. Saul Niguez can leave Atletico Madrid this summer. PSG and Chelsea are interested. So we know competing with PSG financially in the transfer market is hell. But, you know, we have just come off winning the Champions League. We have got a lot of money in our club anyway, so we probably have a good bit of pull here. And Saul Niguez, good midfielder, can play across the defence as well. Just a good tackler of the ball. You know, he's a very defensively minded player, and would do an absolute job at Chelsea in that midfield. You know, like when you think of our midfield, you go, okay, Jorginho, who kind of controls the game, supposedly good for his passing, but isn't always great. Kovacic, definitely more of a dribbler. He's good with the ball at his feet. Kante, of course, world-class box-to-box at this point, just running the pitch, tackling, defensively solid, just like Saul Niguez, but can dribble forward and, you know, distribute the ball out wide. That's our main three midfielders. If you see maybe one of Jorginho or Kovacic leaving, bringing in Saul Niguez, you then allow Kovacic the role of, you know, getting the ball, driving us forward, spraying passes out to wingers or strikers or whatever it may be. Kante doing, you know, a similar role, and given that he is aging, you know, he's getting to that point where at some point his legs will start to go, his stamina will start to go. Someone like Saul Niguez will be needed our club to make sure that we can compete at the top level still and still defend very strongly. Then on this one, this is now confirmed. AC Milan have just communicated to Chelsea that they are triggering the clause to sign Fikayo Tomori on a permanent deal. It will be completed and announced next week, and he'll have a contract until 2026. And this one I am absolutely gutted about. You guys probably know my stance, and I think a lot of people's stance on this was that we should not be selling. It was stupid to put that option to buy in that deal, and it looks like it's going to go ahead. Fabrizio Romano, very, very established reporter. So it's happening. Very gutted to be seeing him go, but I wish him the best. Hope he does good things there, because he's done well already out there, and he will probably be a force to reckon with over the coming years. So best of luck to Fikayo Tomori. Chelsea, we might just let a big one go. Then the last topic I want to go over, and that is, according to reports in Italy, Chelsea are not ruling out selling Hakim Ziyech this summer, with Napoli showing interest. That's why the report's coming out of Italy, because Napoli apparently have been sniffing around and saying, what's the deal with him? And I guess Chelsea have been saying, for the right fee, maybe we let him go. And on that one, you know, I'm torn, because I know Ziyech has that magic left foot that we've seen glimpses of with him at Chelsea, and he's even done well, particularly scoring against Manchester City. He has had his good moments, but I think a lot of Chelsea fans have their problems with him in that he's not particularly much of a work rate player. Don't get me wrong, he does do the pressing, and it's okay. He's not the best at it. It's not his strong point by any means. You know, he'll get to the player to press them. Not often does he nick the ball off them or anything like that. Sometimes just comes across a bit lazy. I know that's a word that a lot of people hate to hear thrown at Ziyech, because he does occasionally work really hard. But there are times when you see his head drop and he's just he stops running back to get in position to help us with a counter-attack. He'll just sort of walk on back slowly, and I'm torn. You know, if the right offer came in for Hakim Ziyech, I guess I'd be fine with us selling him on. At the same time, I do think we lose something selling Ziyech. You know, you have that option of the left foot that is just pinpoint precision, and losing that would be a bad thing. And it was his first, you know, period at the club in the Premier League. I think it could be a mistake to sell him, but again, if the right bid came in, if it was top dollar, which I'm not sure we'd really get from Napoli, then maybe we just keep him. You know, nothing's going to change majorly in terms of us selling him from this season to next season. Why not try him for another year? You know, it's silly to write someone off so quickly. So on that one, I think I'm probably more leaning towards just leave it as it is. We'll see how he does next season. It was his first season, you know, changing managers throughout the season and stuff as well. So it's a rough one. We'll see how he does next season, and then maybe we can talk about this. But that is going to be the end of the video, guys. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like. It helps get my videos out there and, you know, shown to more people. So I really do appreciate if you can help me in that regard. Subscribe so you stay up to date with all my videos, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Goodbye.